Let's go. Number 1. Miracle on Ice. On February 22, 1980, the United States and the Soviet Union were set for a semifinal game at the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, New York. The Soviets were deemed unbeatable. With a team full of professional players who had dominated hockey for decades and had won the last 4 Olympic gold medals dating back to 1964. Meanwhile, the U.S. team, made up of amateur and collegiate players who had lost to them 10-3 just a week prior, faced off against them at the height of the Cold War. It was thought if the game was played 1,000 times, the Soviets would win every time. However, the United States scored twice in the third period to come back from down 3-2 and shocked the world, pulling off a 4-3 victory with captain Mike Eruzione scoring the eventual game-winning goal. The U.S. went on to beat Finland in the gold medal game in a 4-2 win. Number 2. Leicester City winning the 2016 Premier League title. In the 2015-2016 season, a smaller club named Leicester City, which had just escaped relegation the season prior, rose to the top and won the Premier League title, defying 5,000-1 odds and pulling off one of the greatest underdog stories in sports history. Managed by Claudio Ranieri and led by star players such as Jamie Vardy, Riyad Mahrez, and N'Golo Kante, Leicester City captured the hearts of sports fans around the world, beating out top clubs such as Arsenal, Manchester City, and Tottenham, and finishing 10 points clear of second place. Number 3. UMBC versus Virginia. Virginia rolled into the March Madness tournament with a 31-2 record and the number 1 seed. Led by several future NBA draft picks, they met UMBC in the first round, snuck into the tournament as a 16 seed. Previously, when a 16 seed played a 1 seed, their historical record was 0-135 all-time. A 21-21 tie at the end of the first half was shocking enough for many fans. However, UMBC took over in the second half, dropping 53 points and destroying Virginia 74-54. It was the first time in history that a 16 seed had beaten a 1 seed and created one of the most shocking underdog stories of all time. Number 4. Greece 2004 Euro. Greece was given 150-1 odds to win the 2004 Euros, the second lowest of all teams qualified. They were given almost no chance to get through the group stage, but they opened their Euro 2004 campaign with a shocking 2-1 win against host country Portugal. They then tied Spain, which was enough to send them to the knockout stages on goal differential. Greece defeated a strong French team in the quarterfinals and secured a 1-0 victory in the semifinals over Czechia to propel them to the finals. They met with Portugal again, and an Angelos Karistias header was enough to secure the championship for Greece. Their historic 1-0 victory secured Greece's one and only international trophy. Number 5. Buster Douglas vs. Mike Tyson. On February 11, 1990, Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson faced off in Tokyo, Japan. Douglas was given 42-1 odds to defeat Tyson, who was the undefeated heavyweight champion for 5 years and counting and regarded as nearly invincible. As the fight rolled into the 10th round, Douglas' determination outworked Tyson's overconfidence as he knocked out Tyson to win. The fight was an instant classic and cemented Douglas's place in boxing history and marked Tyson's first professional defeat after more than 5 years. Number 6. United States versus Trinidad and Tobago. On October 10, 2017, the United States rolled into Trinidad and Tobago for their final World Cup qualifying match with an almost guarantee of making the World Cup for the 8th straight time. With a win, they'd automatically qualify. Even if Trinidad and Tobago somehow won, they'd still make it as long as one of either Panama or Honduras lost to Costa Rica and undefeated Mexico, respectively. Trinidad and Tobago, having already been eliminated, started many of their younger and inexperienced players, while the United States was shocked and lost 2-1. All good, though, because Panama and Honduras are surely going to lose. Wait, what do you mean Panama scored in the 88th minute to win, and Honduras beat an undefeated Mexico to knock the United States out of their spot at the 2018 World Cup? This shocking loss sparked widespread criticism of U.S. soccer and led to many major changes. Number 7. Rulon Gardner. At the 2000 Sydney Olympics, Rulon Gardner, an American wrestler, was set for a gold medal match against legendary Russian wrestler Alexander Karelin. Karelin had been undefeated for 13 years, was a three-time Olympic gold medalist, and had not given up a single point in 10 years. At 2,000-to-1 odds, Gardner pulled off one of the greatest upsets in a 1-0 win over arguably the greatest wrestler of all time to win the gold medal. Number 8. Uruguay versus Brazil. Uruguay and Brazil met in the 1950 World Cup final at Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Brazilians hung posters all around the country, wrote in the newspapers, and pre-celebrated their proclaimed win against tiny Uruguay. It was even deemed the Maracanazo, which translates to the Maracanã Smash. With 200,000 Brazilian fans in attendance and the all-important home field advantage, Uruguay shocked the world with a 2-1 win when Alcides Gigia scored the winner with 11 minutes to go. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and leave your suggestions for future videos in the comments below. Have a great rest of your day.